So back with fame again we are. When one thinks of a tongue that is razor sharp, when one thinks of one that lashes out, when one thinks of one that is a no-nonsense person who really, says it just brutally out there. When one thinks of one who claims to have French aristocratic heritage, but does not speak a word of French, but speaks Italian, one thinks of Dr. Rohan de Lanerolle, isn't it, Rozanne?
For a moment, till that French thing came up, I thought you were talking about yourself. You were introducing you.
I forgot to hit you with this mic.
So lovely to have you on our show, and I'm sure that he's going to, throw a lot of stuff at you today. But don't worry, I'm there. I'm on your side.
I won't be surprised anyway. I will be the least concerned also in a certain way. But then I would say yes, buongiorno, because you mentioned that I speak in Italian.
You don't speak Italian. Praise God for that. Otherwise, he'll do the show in Italian.
You do a Franco-Italian chat. She's going to get lost.
Oh, thank you for having me on the show. Really happy to be here.
So we had your brother on the show, and he had some interesting things to say
did he?
about you.
Well, that show is yet to come. We first have the younger one first and the older one second in terms of publishing and uploading. So they'll see him first.
Oh,
and
they'll see him.
the
So
older brother
I will
later.
give you a little bit of a hint. So he told us that he came into this world simply because you wanted him
Oh,
to.
absolutely right. Absolutely right. So, I mean, for every little thing, he's got to thank me.
Gosh, he's gonna hate
my
us.
parents didn't bring him because they wanted to. It's because I wanted. So, the success of the De Lanerolle brothers, he has to thank me for that. The success of...
Yes, he crept into your brand.
Yeah, the success of him being a father, he needs to thank me for that.
That also.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, if not for me, he won't be there.
He will be born. Okay. He won't be there.
So then
Right? The success of even marriage, he has to thank me.
he has to be there to get married.
Basically, in other words, for everything,
Existence. So
he has to thank me. So he's right in what he has said. So thank God he's got
So
something
you
right.
are flattered.
Oh, well, I'm not flattered because
I mean, all that is
That's what I
Ishan, he owes it to you. That's also flattery. So talking of flattery, they say that imitation is the best form of flattery. Now you, Rohan, in your 16 or many years of singing solo and with the choirs you've sung with and with your own brand, the De Lanerolle brothers, have you had people who've been, imitating you, the way you dress, people like that, going to your suppliers, shows you've done, have those things happened, that kind of imitation?
Quite a few.
Oh, really?
Quite a few.
wannabes.
Quite a few wannabes, but doesn't the majority of people want to be these wannabes, seeing the others? I guess the answer is yes. But the interesting thing is how you go about it. I mean, I can't copy Kumar de Silva. No, there's no point in my copying you because I'm not you and I can never be you.
Nor can I be you.
No, likewise. If you look at it from an artist's point of view, I mean, there are so many people who they say this is the closest Elvis Presley you will get to, right?
But not Elvis Presley.
Yeah, but no one is going to be Elvis Presley.
Closest, yes.
Yeah, you can do all the imitations of Elvis, but there is something that you will find which is not exactly that, right? So, like that, there are so many people who want to be.
Yeah, what you can say is that people have got inspired by you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, we've also been inspired by so many others who have been there before us, right? But, for example, if I wear this particular jacket and someone
copied the next day.
someone wants to copy it, right? I mean, I think you look hideous if you wear this because it doesn't fit on you. It doesn't suit. So one's got to understand what really works for someone, right? So you can't just say for the sake of saying, you did a sacred concert, so I want to do a sacred concert. It doesn't happen
But that
that
happens.
way. Yeah, there are certain people. Yeah, there are certain people who do that, but you can't do it because it really doesn't work. There's a forte for every person, right? I mean, just because someone is a conductor, an orchestral conductor, I can't become an orchestral conductor because that's not my game. So you got to understand what you are good at. But you got a good point there. There's a lot of people who want to I would say don't copy.
Get inspired.
Get inspired, make it your own. Do something different. Why do you want to do the same thing? If you print a certain type of ticket on a certain type of, paper or cardboard, someone wants to do the same thing.
That extreme.
To that extent.
That extreme. Right? But sadly, I'm disappointed to a certain point. The De Lanerolle brothers have done a sit-down dinner show for the last 16 years of our existence.
Nobody can pull that off.
No one has been able to copy that.
Can't.
Why?
Or pull it off. You're
it
right.
off, pull it
off. Because of the investment, right? The investment, the organizing, the attention to detail. You've been part of these shows. You come for these shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? I mean, you can't do this.
Can't.
Right? So, I think we are, I would say we are blessed to have, all people supporting us with this show. Right? And, but no one has been able to copy that or follow that. Should I use that word? Saying follow replicate that. Yeah. No one has been able to do that. And I understand the limitations that one would have also.
But do you think that because you all got together that the brand is stronger, or if you did it alone, it wouldn't be?
No, I always believe that people coming together make a brand much stronger.
Yeah.
The more people are involved, and I think the De Lanerolle brothers can even evolve further with other associations that we make with the brand.
So will the kids ever come into the scene?
I don't know. And
They have a mind of their own, I believe.
absolutely. They do have a mind of their own.
Ishan mentioned that you all might close at 20 years. I was hoping for 25 actually.
Why 20? Why
No,
not 30?
It was the same question that we asked him, and he's like,
even you said 20.
we
one
have
day
to
I asked
quit when we are in the
No,
peak,
absolutely,
and we want
absolutely.
But
to.
don't voices mature as you get older? Kumar?
I think we've matured enough now, right? In a way.
It's being very modest.
No, I think I follow the example of Kumar Sangaka. And you left when
People
you
wanted
were,
more.
when people wanted more, when people said, you know what, and even Mahela for that matter, right? When people said, should have played some more. But you leave at a point when things are good.
True, you'll be
Things are
remembered
good.
for
You'll
that.
be remembered for that, rather than people saying, oh, you know what, now it's time to go. Just, now it just fizzled off, just go. Yeah.
You earn more money by the De Lanerolle brothers' tea or the De Lanerolle
Now, what a
brothers
question is
singing
this one?
music.
A question for the tax department.
Oh, don't worry.
You can pass.
We pay our taxes.
You can pass.
No worries at all. Yeah, I would say yes. Obviously, that's what
Your
keeps
main
us
thing.
going. We don't do concerts every month. So yeah, that's our bread and butter. Yes, of course. So yeah, certainly the tea. Yeah.
So we see you, the public, you out there, the Rohan, the very outspoken,
The performer,
who doesn't mince his words. But in a domestic setting,
Here it comes, Brace.
These
I haven't finished my question.
No, I know what you're
We
going to
can
ask.
figure it out.
Right. In a
Half
domestic,
question,
in
answer.
a domestic setup, do you listen to your wife or do you do things by yourself? Correct?
It's good.
That's what you're asking.
He knows it all.
Yeah. No, it's not that I know it. I know you too well. I know what's coming out there, right? The answer to that is, Naomi manages things in the house, and I contribute a lot towards that, I would say. I'm not perfect, but in whatever way that I
Nobody
could,
is.
I contribute. Yeah. But yeah, no. The house basically is.
She's the boss.
Yeah, it's her. That's.
Yeah.
We don't go to.
Has to be, no?
we-
It happened with you also.
I wouldn't go to infringe on that territory. No.
This major rift with Soundry David, it took a long time. Rift or misunderstanding or I don't know, whatever.
I don't think there was a rift.
It was a fractured relationship.
No, I
And
think
then
both
now they are
needed
tickety-boo now.
space. They needed
They're both
space.
tickety-
Thank you, Rozanne. Thank you. I think she answered this for me.
Both
Perfect
needed
answer.
their space.
You're-
He's
That's
not
right on
happy.
this side,
He's not
no.
happy.
I am in the
Right?
center.
Yeah,
neutral.
he's wanting much more from me, right? I'm not giving it to you. I'm sorry, my dear. No, she answered. We
Because
needed our space.
I admire both those characters, and I don't want anyone to say anything
Too strong
She's your
personality.
daughter's
Exactly.
teacher,
Yeah.
so you're playing very safe.
Very safe. Yes.
No, I'm glad that we had that space. I think with all, in all seriousness, I think it had its reasons, which we don't need to go into really, but it had its reasons, and it had its space, and it brought us together to the point that I think now we are trying to figure out so many things that we are going to do.
So catch up on the lost time.
Catch up on lost time. So yeah, for people, I know there were so many people who are very happy about that.
Yeah.
We didn't work together, and there are so many. So those so many now can look towards us doing some things together.
When your companies, you say Soundry, Niranjan, Rohan de Silva, there's Sureka, for example. What kind of relationship do you have, voice and piano? Do they follow you? Do you follow them? How do you journey together? Parallel lines, yet connected.
Always an accompanist is an accompanist.
They follow you.
They follow
Okay.
me, or they follow
But
us.
you can clearly see it because he's very impromptu in certain things.
Could you,
that
could you
do.
change?
Yeah.
I change
A lot.
But since you asked the question, if you can spend a little bit of time on
Sure,
this
sure.
one.
Yeah.
Rohan de Silva is someone who's par excellence, who has made Sri Lanka proud. The only classical pianist to have played in the White House for 4 US presidents and also the Queen. So in his field, there is no one to get anywhere close to that in the classical field. Now I know Soundari plays classical pieces, yes, but Rohan still stands out. There's no two words about it, and I'm sure Soundari will agree with me on this, because he's right up there, right? And there's a lot that others like Soundari actually always look up to Rohan and learn a lot from him. You also mentioned Sureka. Sureka is a very, what should I say, a very warm, intense personality on the piano, who has also played classical music and also plays other stuff, right? I mean, from Broadway to pop and all of these things. She is a personality by herself. Fantastic. Soundari also is a very, I would say Soundari is very sensitive. Not that Sureka is not that Rohan is not. But if you look at classical music is performed in a certain style. So that's why Rohan would follow the music.
And then do you follow him?
To a certain extent, yes.
Okay.
Because you got to.
Okay.
Because a composer asks for something.
He commands it. Yeah.
He commands it. The composer, even though he's dead and gone, he commands it too.
Yeah.
Because that's why he wrote it accordingly. Right? So you got to give that. But when it comes to Broadway, theatre, and other lighter stuff that we do, Soundari is very, very sensitive. If you notice the last concert, her fingers are on the keyboard, but
Yes.
Yes.
she's always there.
Beautiful
Yes.
to watch.
Right? Always there. But so is Rohan. Because suddenly I might go into some other mode. Right? And then someone needs to pick you up.
What makes you go into that other mode? Because you're
It's
just
emotion, right? It's what drives you at that point of time. No song is sung
The same twice.
in the same way twice. Never. Well, at least not in our case. If you go back and listen to some of our performances, you say, hey, this was not what they did the last concert.
Even if it's the same concert and you had to sing it twice.
Oh, absolutely. Completely different. And the person that I learned that from, sadly, he's no more. He's not in the classical field. He's not in the Western music field. Not at all. He's Sunil Pereira.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sunil Pereira never sings a song the same way. Never. You listen to his baila.
That's something new.
There's always a
Never.
Yeah.
Always there is something different. And that's what keeps the intensity, that's what keeps the viewer or the listener interested, because if you're going to sing the same way every time, what's the point?
That makes sense, because when I come to see your concerts or shows, I see this. It's the same people who come and they say one more, and sometimes it's the same song that you sing at all concerts.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my next
Absolutely.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll have a Sweet Caroline,
Exactly.
you'll have a Crazy Little
Ganga
Ringola,
Adara.
you'll have a Ganga Adara, you'll
Master
have a
Sir.
Master Sir, you'll have a Spanish Eyes. That some people say, go and please put it in the back burner, but you can't. Why?
So
They
there-
just want to hear it over and over again.
There have also been comments that you all have not evolved with your repertoire, that you sing the same songs.
But this is
So here's the answer.
There you go. Right? However, that being said, we always try to bring something different. So I remember once Rohan de Silva said, look, we need to change this. Right? And so we brought in a 40% change in repertoire. Some didn't like it.
You got negative feedback for that. They were the older songs, the more famous.
The older songs, the famous songs. So if you notice now in our shows, we have a few new songs that we bring in, give it a bit of a twist, right? But some of those old songs will still ring in at the show. At the end of the day, it's these people who are coming to watch you. It's the people who pay the money and come for the show. It's they who want to hear these songs. So you always give the majority. You always go with the majority, right?
Rohan, without...
Now wait.
Sorry.
Let her ask the question. You're always jumping in.
No, this is a compliment that I want to make, because
Oh, he'll love it.
in each and every show or concert, you start exactly on time, you finish exactly on time, right? So that I know I'm coming here for 1 hour and I've got that one solid 1 hour.
Absolutely.
But you, at the end of it, when you close, the guests will say 1 more, 2 more, whatever. You always have a song or 2 prepared. Do you come prepared for it?
Everyone does.
But
Yeah, most of the time, yes. Most of the time, yeah.
Are you disappointed that there are no calls for encores? On the contrary. They just clap and go.
I don't think we've had a concert where no one has asked for it.
Exactly, I know.
So because of that, it's a bit difficult to answer that question. But look, you need to be, as an artist, you need to be ready.
yeah, I think so.
It also depends on the audience, right? I mean, some audiences are a little bit backward, laid back. They would not want to ask. There may be 2 or 3 individuals who will call for an encore, but you can't accede to that request because it's just 2 or 3 people,
Yes, that's true.
right? But if you have a majority that's asking for, then you obviously have. So yes, there have been, I think, possibly 1 or 2 where we didn't do an encore because only about 2 or 3 people just said,
So there has been an
yeah,
incident.
1
like
more. Someone will just one
You
more,
can't
and then
do
it
for one
just
person, you can't.
just dies there. Not in Sri Lanka, but in other countries, in other parts of the world. So you don't go and do one then. I know some people orchestrate an encore. A lot of people orchestrate encores in Sri Lanka.
And
they
what
do
about
that.
standing ovations?
To get a standing ovation from a Sri Lankan audience
Is
very difficult.
Difficult.
Very difficult.
reason?
Not because they don't appreciate it.
Ego.
No, because they don't want to get themselves up from their seat. That's what I feel.
It's a little physical movement, for God's sake.
I don't know. It's difficult to tell. Spontaneous standing ovations you get in other parts of the world, and we've had. This time, there was one concert that we did out of the 3 that we did recently. There was a spontaneous.
A few foreigners got an ovation. Yes.
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
Expats normally are very spontaneous in their...
So then when some get up, I said, do we really have to get up for this? Isn't that applause enough?
But I
So-
see a lot of singing along and
Yeah,
swaying
very much.
away
I
and-
mean, it's not to say that people have not appreciated your music. Not at all. But I think it's I really don't know how to answer it. But all that I can say is for people who are listening, watching this, please do stand, because
We can initiate it.
it makes a huge
Invite
difference.
us and we will initiate.
You are anyway invited. What the hell is you talking?
No, it makes a it shows that you really appreciated the concert, and some people who actually stood in one of the concerts, I think probably the first concert that we did recently, there were a few people who stood and then they sat and they called me, some of them, and said, why is it that other Sri Lankans don't stand? Did we do something wrong? I said, no, we didn't do something wrong. Because they said we felt very awkward because we were the only people who were standing. And others were just, planted to their seats. So I said, no, that's how it is. It's not that they didn't appreciate it. Because I could feel the appreciation because people were singing and, there was a lot of integration in terms of involvement with the audience. But that's a Sri Lankan thing, I think. You just don't do that.
Okay, this question I want to ask you because you've been having Kumar as your MC for the past how long?
I don't know.
But why not change? Why is it same old person on stage?
Because I'm so bad.
We
that
come
they
to
keep
see
me-
you.
The same old person has done well enough. So, no, I think our connection is more than just a MC compare kind of association, right? I think we've now become too close in a way. So
Too close.
yeah, so
Way
in
too
a way, Rozanne, you can't get rid of the man.
Yeah,
Right?
I know. I know. I have
Because
the
once
same
when I
feeling.
told him, you know what, I just want you to do this. He said, what? Am I not good enough?
But Rozanne, there have also been some MCs in Colombo who've been trotting up to the brothers and offering their services and who've been wanting me out. I very graciously said, there's no problem. I will always come and make bigger noise applauding every song than being MC for you. But then they chose otherwise. And having said that again, I also have my limitations. I refuse to MC without a mic. Now continue.
Yes, the last.
I think
That was a
that's-
special concert.
I cannot.
Special
Yeah.
concert. I think he was being absolutely stupid.
No, I was
Yes.
nervous.
No,
There
no,
was
no.
nothing
You.
to do.
I was not
your
sure
voice
of it.
carries.
Rozanne, you were there.
I was there. I was there.
He
Yeah.
projected well, right?
Very well. Better than.
Hello. Anyone who cannot project at the Lionel event should go and sleep.
So I didn't know that I could. So we had this dashing young Rehan Almeida.
Yeah. He was dashing enough, much more dashing than you are, for sure.
I mean, he's half my age, poor fellow. Okay, so, so
But you could have done an equally good job because you spoke the first half and then it was fabulous.
I need to have a stage monitor to hear my voice.
What,
Then
hello?
I feel comfortable. It's a sense of, I think, insecurity that I don't hear it, and then I think I'm muffled.
But how did you all carry it out? I mean, without a mic, without a
yeah, that
monitor.
entire show.
That's how we have been trained, Rozanne.
Oh,
That's how we were
brilliant.
trained those days. Sadly today we have this. I mean, obviously you need these mics for a program like this for sure. But there are certain halls, auditoriums, you don't need mics to project. Sadly, everyone, they get into the LAN event and it's like a discotheque. You get amplification for every little thing, right? And you lose that beauty of the raw human voice.
Rehan spoke about the purity and the beauty of
Right.
the raw human
I
voice.
mean,
as they say.
you don't want to hear an amplificated voice. You want to hear the real voice. You want to hear the breathing. You want to, all of that. How you project, how a note is projected. You don't have a what do you call one of those? They have these things which you call one of those things that you blow a crescendo and you hold it with an echo.
The rev.
Right? The rev button, I think, something like that, right? You call it
Reverberation.
reverberation. Yeah. I mean, anyone can do that.
Yeah.
So you're on a mic and then people go, wow, look at that echo.
But that wasn't Rohan, that was an electronic
That's
version.
an electronically done thing. But you do it with the natural, raw voice. I'll always respect you for that.
So have you insured this voice? What if just before the show you lose your voice? What do you do to?
That's a good question, actually, but I
Yes,
don't think
your
there's a.
voice
don't think in Sri Lanka you have these things for insuring voices.
Dilip Kabadamudirli, I think he insured his fingers and hands.
I'm sure.
J-Lo has insured her legs.
Yeah, why her?
Her butt and her
too.
leg. This is
So why not your voices? If
Right, it's
it's
a
like
very
hands,
good
it's
question.
like butt,
Very
it's
good
like
question.
part of the body.
Yeah, I can go.
yeah.
Can
Maybe
go anytime.
start
Insurance
with-
companies out there who
Yeah,
are looking for
insurance.
branding with the
Insurers.
brothers De Lanerolle.
But
Insurers.
what is your secret to that success? Like, do you take honey in the morning with lemon or?
No,
Yeah,
no.
so-
The answer is they preserve their voices. At home, they keep shut. They do not talk a word.
No, quite the opposite. I'm not quite
Very
the
unlikely,
opposite.
Kumar.
Quite the opposite. Certainly, Ishan cannot stop, right? So
Yeah.
he'll go on and on and on. So we go out of iced drinks. Not Ishan, actually. I go out of iced drinks. I don't have milk
Milk
Milk?
also.
No, why?
because milk for me makes the phlegm, brings out the phlegm.
Oh.
So
No milk ever.
No, I do. I mean, I have cornflakes with milk after a concert. That's my first go-to.
Yeah. Cheat.
Cornflakes
Yeah.
with milk, right?
After
but
the concert.
After. But before, 1 week before, everything stops. And then, not so much the honey, but of course, honey, yes, if you're having a sore throat or something like that. But then, otherwise, it's just a matter of rest and, constant exercise and things like that. Yeah.
But you all took a lot of honey off just before the last concert, backstage. That teaspoon of honey.
Yeah, because
Just
I was not feeling that great. The voice was not feeling that great, and you know that. So Tom Jones, many years ago, in Las Vegas, he was performing. He had a cough.
And
He couldn't
While
actually-
singing or before?
before. So he was down with a cough. Now you can't cancel the show
Yeah, exactly.
because the show runs daily, right? And we had a person from Sri Lanka who was in that audience who related the story to me and said, Tom Jones was singing, so now he's with the mic singing, and he's singing.
So that's professionalism.
he
Yeah.
can't help it.
No miming at that time, right?
Yeah.
There was nothing called miming. I mean, even to date, Tom Jones doesn't do any miming, right? At least from what I know. So this miming business has become a huge thing in Sri Lanka, right? I mean, some of I don't know who it was who sang the American national anthem. There was a mime, I don't know who it was, famous name. But why mime? We can mime easily. We can do a mime for sure. We can do a
It's
mime.
an act.
It's an act. But people pay and come to listen to you to hear the
Your
Real
actual
thing.
thing. What are you doing? If you have to cough, you cough and you sing.
You're
So
human.
what? You're human. Right. So, I mean, I always believe in doing so. So that's why we got to really look after the voice.
Okay, I need to ask this question. I wanted to ask this
Keep
for a long
asking
time.
because he's asking too many questions.
The last one comes to me. The last
Okay.
last question.
Did you ever do any originals? Or do you always want to sing somebody else's
Covers.
song?
Rozanne, this question has come many times before. I would say since about, let's say, 8 years ago. About 8 years ago. Say, why don't you do originals? To be quite honest, doing originals takes a lot of time. Obviously, someone needs to write because I can't write. And then it's a matter of learning and there's so many things that go into it. You can't just perform a song. So I felt with the work that we also have, singing is not our day job. So it's a lot of time that needs to be given to that. And I felt that we didn't have that time to really get down to it.
Hence your original.
Hence, we
Makes
thought,
sense.
no, we will go with the covers. But we do the covers, it's not a single person who's singing a cover, Rozanne, right? We do it in harmony, which is different, right? So, an Elvis Presley and Engelbert, who are single artists. But the De Lanerolle brothers do it in harmony. So, that's something different.
Different.
Something different. That's why we thought we'll
So
stick
it's
to
unique in its own
that.
self.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Our last question on the show, Rohan. Without revealing too many details, what is your 2025 Christmas concert in end of November going to be like?
Christmas comes always in November.
Most of it comes in November.
The early bird gets the ball.
Yeah. Because we want.
What does one expect? How different from last year?
Or different. I mean, we can reveal this. That's not a problem. So this time, for the very, very, very first time, we are having the De Lanerolle Brothers band.
The 8-piece.
Yeah, 8 or the 10,
6
whatever.
or 10, yeah.
They will be playing this time. So we've never had a band. We've had the band that has done our pop shows at the Hilton, but we're having the band do the Christmas stuff this time at the main ballroom of the Hilton, 26th of November.
Don't miss that.
Rozanne, keep the date free or free ticket is on the way, I believe. Rohan de Lanerolle.
I'm always accompanying him, so I have no problem.
Most welcome.
Rohan, thank you so much.
Oh, it was such
We
delight.
did not fight enough today on the show.
Thank
Because I am in
I was being very
between.
polite. I was
Yeah.
being nice. I was being too kind, actually.
Peacemaker.
Yeah,
I'm
I
waiting
know.
to give it back to you.
I was waiting, but you never gave me the question that I can actually hit you.
I'm a very kind person also. So thanks once
Thank
again.
you, Kumar.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
very much for
Rozanne.
coming.
Thank you for
Pleasure
having me
having
on the
you.
show.
Pleasure.
So lovely. Thank you.
So, next Friday, another guest, another fame game with Rozanne and myself.
See you next Friday.